Just like I'd rather socialize with everyone, for the first 10 minutes, but I guess it makes sense to work out. All right, so Balas on if you want them, and then you're just gonna meet me in that hips about shoulder width distance apart, or feet, I should say. Hands are gonna come behind your head, and you're gonna hit those good morning stretches to start. I don't know about this group, but I have had such an intense workout week that my legs are just like jelly. So go ahead and shoot those hips to the back of the room, lift up and squeeze for me. We're gonna stay here for another 20 seconds, and then we're gonna just let our hands fall towards that mat, and we'll do some roll-ups. It is, Squattober. So, we need to get all of our squats in for 5 more seconds here. So get 1 to 2 more in on that next one. Just go ahead and keep your top half parallel to the mat, and then reach your hands down, roll forward, and just take a big inhale here as you exhale, reaching down towards those toes. You're gonna slowly start to restack hands, reach up overhead. Hands will come down to prayer, and then we'll dive them back down to that mat. Again, second roll up here, but hang there for a second at the bottom before you slowly start to restack. Hands reach up overhead, leave those hands up there, take a big inhale. Exhale, reach those hands, gaze goes up towards that ceiling. Grab that right wrist, pull it over to that left side for me. Find that big stretch down your side body, come back through center. Grab that left wrist, pull it over to that right side. Coming back through center, hands will come down to your side. You're gonna meet me at the top of that mat, and you're gonna go right into your alternating reverse lunges, slow from the start because you're just getting warm here. So what I want you to think about is in this slow reverse lunge, that right knee will tap that mat or just come a couple inches above it. You're driving through that left heel, and then you'll stand up with control. When you're changing out from each side, just make sure you're always driving through that front heel as you lift and squeeze. You're gonna ditch that left side. You're gonna stay on your right side, and you're gonna add a knee lift at the top in 5, in 4, get that last one in on that left side in 3, in 2. Now just stay on that right side, add that knee lift. You tap right knee down, add that knee lift in. What I want you to think about here as we fire up these legs, lower body heavy for the first half while we're in here. And now that we chatted for a couple minutes, we'll just go nice and heavy with very minimal breaks to make up for it. I want you to think as you drive that right knee up, you're almost holding for a second at the top so that you can squeeze left cheek and use those lower abs before you come back down and tap. You've got 20 seconds left here. You're gonna leave that right knee lifted for me at the end of this 20-second, and we're gonna go into those single leg deadlifts, my favorite, you know it. Everyone's breathing through it. In 8 seconds, you're gonna stay at the top. So don't give up, heart rate start to come up right here. Tap right knee down, lift, squeeze, drive through left heel. On this next one, leave your knee lifted and hold. Leave that knee lifted and hold. Shift that weight into that left leg, soft bend in that knee. Option to keep hands in prayer as you reach those right toes to the back of the room, and then you bring that right knee back up. Option to reach your hands forward as you go into that single deadlift. So totally up to you, but what I want you to think about is your balance here. As you're driving through that left heel, you have a soft bend in that knee. That right leg has that big extension every time that you lift it up, and then it comes back to the top. We still have a little bit more time here. You're going to get about 3 more in before we add the 2 together. So what I want you to think of is we're going to add that right side reverse lunge. You'll give me a big knee lift, and you'll go into that single leg deadlift in 5, in 4, wherever you are, find that stopping point, bring that right knee up to your chest. You drive right knee back, you give me that knee lift, and then you go right into that single leg deadlift. So it's 1 lunge, 1 deadlift, 3 big movements here that we've just put through, big changes, I should say. We put those 2 movements together for your combo. Think about what your core is doing. Exhale on the single leg deadlift. Pull belly button to spine. Squeeze your cheek as tight as you can. You have 10 seconds here. You're going to hold in your reverse lunge for me. In that reverse lunge in 8, in 7. So finish out that single leg deadlift. You meet me in your lunge in 3, In 2, find that nice deep lunge. You go into your split squat. So you stand up with control, lower knee down to a hover. Stand up with control, squeeze that right cheek, lower that knee to a hover. Heavy on your legs right here to start. We're just gonna flow through it. You're in that split squat. So I don't want you to lock out your left knee. I want you to keep a bend in that left knee for me. As you come down to a hover, you lift and squeeze. You're gonna meet me at the bottom for pulses. Least favorite thing, I know, but 2 more changes right here. You've got it. In those pulses in 3, you're going to meet me at the bottom of your range in 2. I know this is where it's fun. Keep everything stacked. It's up an inch and down an inch. Hands can be in prayer. Hands can be on your hips. But what I want you to think about here is both knees are tracking. Left knee is right over that left ankle. Right knee is right under that hip. And you're just pulsing down for fun. Best part about this is we hold in a second. And I know you all can't wait to do that. 8 seconds in a hold. 7. I need you to fight through it because you're out of this in less than 20 seconds. In 3, you hold. Good. In 2, you hold. Now, everyone, you bring palms together. You press your palms together as hard as you can. Keep shoulders stacked. Extra challenge. Lift that front heel, depending whether you have Balas and it's too much. Weight is in those first 3 toes. Sink down 1 more inch. Let your body shake right here. You can do this. You stand. We go directly into reverse lunges again, alternating in 3. In 2, stand all the way up. Give your legs a tiny bit of a punch, and then you're going to alternate. Left knee comes back, and that right knee comes back. It's mean, I know. When you get into these lunges, take your time. You might need to reset. Slow down. It's not about racing through these. It's about your form. So what I want you to think about as you're in these reverse lunges again, in less than 20 seconds, you're going to stay on your left side. Listen to your body. As you check in with things, you're going to be a little bit more fatigued as we come onto the side, but know that you're on your dominant leg now. Your right leg is what is static and what is going to help be your foundation. Now get rid of that right reverse lunge. Stay in that left side. So you just take that left foot back and you add that knee lift in for me. So left knee comes back and then you drive that left knee up to the top. Good. I don't care if you point through your toe or flex. I prefer to do that point. But because you're going to be flexing in that single leg deadlift, I'm okay with it. About 10 more seconds right here. Think about relaxing your shoulders. Exhale, drive that knee up, press through that right heel. You have this. We're out of this lunge. You're standing in that single leg deadlift in 5. Last lunge right here, 4. Get 1 more in 3. Now hold at the top in 2. Now up and hold. Hands can either come to prayer, or you can keep them at your hips, or you can reach them forward as you shoot that left leg back. Pull that knee in. I need you to get that knee up to hip height so that your lower abs can contract and help you through this. Do not rush through these reps. I want that big reach with those legs. Relax your shoulders, squeeze your glutes in that single leg deadlift. If you need to hold on to something, you can. In 15 seconds is when we're going to add those 2 big movements together. So you're in that deadlift, reaching those hands forward, squeezing those glutes, and then you are going to step back in 4. Get 1 more single leg deadlift in, and then we're going to add that lunge in 3. In 2, really nice work, ladies. You step all the way back, you drive that knee up, and then you hit that single leg deadlift. Take your time, your legs should be warm. Know that you have 3 changes left, and you're gonna get a hint of a break in the lower body. So breathe for me right here. Step back into your lunge, drive your knee up, and then give me that single leg deadlift. You are going to find your lunge in less than 10 seconds. That split squat, I need you upright, and I want you to drop that knee to a hover, lift and squeeze. In 3, get that last lunge in, get that last single leg deadlift. Meet me in your lunge and hold right here, wherever you are. Find time to get there. Find your lunge. You lift all the way up, and then you lower down with control. I do not need that knee to tap that mat, but I want you to think to yourself as you come down to a hover, you lift and squeeze. Yes. Down to a hover, lift and squeeze. My quads are just done this week. So I'm just going to watch you guys through this, knowing that it feels so good. 10 seconds here, and then you're in pulses. Think about the height of that back heel. It is lifted. Weight is in the ball of your foot. Now drive through that right front heel for me. Everyone's in pulses in 3. Get that last one in 2. Now come down into those pulses. Pulses to me are where you're challenged because it's a squeeze and a release. You're dropping down an inch and up an inch, down an inch and up an inch. You're pressing palms together to help you, or your hands are at your hips. What I need you to think about is all you have is a hold left. You're out in less than 20 seconds. You're gonna hold for me in 5 and 4, hold in 3, hold in 2. Now everyone freeze right where you are. If you have that extra challenge in you, I need you to lift that front heel. Even if it's just a hover, keep weight in those first 3 toes. I know you can now. Stay down nice and low. Shoulders with great cord. Hold on to it. 10, 9, and you stand. 8 and 7. Beautiful. 6 and 5. You've got it. 4, 3, 2, first rest. Nice series. Stand all the way up. You're going to give those legs a nice little punch for me. And now you're going to grab your weights. Stay standing here. Weights are going to come down to your side. Soft bend in your knees. Open arms out to the side and hold for me. So just go into that static hold. I want you to take a big inhale. Think about shoulders drawing down your neck. Soft bend in your knees for me. Take that big inhale here. Big inhale. Turn your palms towards me. Keep holding. Just keep holding. You're in a nice metric hold. We're going to warm up those shoulders. I need you to think about your breath. Big inhale. Your shoulders pull away from your ears. You contract your stomach for me. Just keep holding those arms up. Now turn those palms towards that wall behind you. We're just finding that isometric hold, knowing that arms are just an inch or 2 right in front of those shoulders. Hold here for 5 more seconds. Palms face the floor in 4, in 3, yes you can, in 2, keep knees bent, in 1, palms face that floor. Start to circle towards that front of the room. Tiny controlled circles. So what I need you to do here is your arms are locked out. No soft bend. I want you to think about your tricep. It is squeezing, it is contracting. In 6 seconds, we're going to reverse to the back of the room. In 5, circle 4, you've got 3 and 2, last 1. Here's where those arms start to get tired. I want you to think to yourself, how long and strong can you keep them? Do not drop them down. I know you have this. We're going to really come through these changes quickly. In 3 seconds, you hold. In 2 seconds, 1, freeze. Now turn your palms towards me. Little bend and press. Little bend and press. Yes, you can. Little bend and extend. One more change with these arms out long, and then we're going to move them. So I want you to just challenge yourself to keep them up. Bend and press. Bend and press. 8 and 7. Press for 6. You've got it. 4, 3 and 2. We hold on 1. We rotate back of the room, front of the room. Here's where you're going to want to give up on it. If you have to drop those weights, you drop them. That entire burn should be happening into your tricep and your bicep. You've got 5, 4, goalpost position in 3 and 2 on 1. Palms face me, lift arms up, hold. Take a big inhale. You have this. You squeeze arms to parallel, you press them open. You squeeze to parallel, you press to open. Squeeze in, press open. Are your knees bent? Can you squeeze those abs, contract them every time that you bring those arms in? Let's leave them in on this next time. Little punches up and down, up 1 inch and down 1 inch. Little press right here. Press 10, press 9, you got it. 8, and we hammer, girl, in 7, press for 6. Alternate those arms in 5, in 4, keep them high. 3 and 2, 1, hold, alternate. You press right, you press left, you press it right side, then left side here. It's right side and left side. Entire arm is getting warm. Go 10 and 9. You're there for 8 and 7. Keep pressing. 6 and 5. Final 4, 3, last 2. You reach them both long and hold. Here's where it's mean. Your arms have been up for a hot second. Turn your palms towards the floor. Take a big inhale here for me. Can you roll your shoulder blades down your back? Yes, you can. Now soften the bend in your knees. You're going to drop hands down almost to your quads, lift, squeeze. They come about 3/4 the way down, lift and squeeze. Again, I need the contraction to happen in your belly. So you lift, squeeze. Now we're hitting front of the shoulders. 10, good. 9, you've got 8 and 7. Keep lifting. 6 and 5. You're right there. 4, 3, good. 2, on 1. You hold those arms up for me at that top. Yes, you can. Now circle towards that midline. Circle towards that midline. Keep it nice and controlled for me. Yes, you can. 6 and 5, 4 and 3, in 2, reverse it right here. You go 10 and 9, 8 and 7. That entire arm, we're sculpting those shoulders, front and back and center. Good. 5 and 4. We will hold in 3, in 2. Turn those palms towards each other. Bring them up now. Palms together. Squeeze forearms in and in. I'm fine with weight touching. Forearms do not have to. Think about everything coming down into your triceps, biceps here. Squeeze 10, squeeze 9. You've got an 8 and 7. We squeeze up and in 6 and 5. 2 changes. 4 and 3. You can do this. 2 and 1. You squeeze it in and up. in and up, little press, a little press, good, little press, like there's a ball that you're squeezing between those forearms. Press it in and up right here, go 10. You keep those elbows up, go 9 and 8, one hold left, 7 and 6, hang on to it, 5 and 4, we hold in 3, we hold in 2, 1, freeze, reach those arms long. Open up those elbows, keep those weights together like you're holding a giant beach ball, and bend press to finish, bend press to finish. Elbows are so wide right here. You are squeezing your weights. The biceps are starting to fire up. All I need is 10 seconds. There's no more hold. You've got it. 8 and 7, last change. 6 and 5, you rest in 4, you rest in 3, last 2 and 1, arms down. Good, ditch those weights for me. We're moving quick. Weights are out of your hands. Your option here, it's a quick transition work, heavy weight above quads, heavy weight, heavy band. If you have a band, you're gonna stick it on just for this quad series here. Big inhale, friends. Heels are turned in, toes are turned out. If I forget you have your band on when we transition down, just ditch it for me. Big, big, big inhale. Reset. Bring shoulders down your back. You are coming down on that 3 count. You stand on that 1 count. So I want down, 2, 3, lift and squeeze. I want your focus on range of motion. This 3 counts to bring your glutes down into that seated position. I need you to press your knees wide. You're gonna drive through your heels, and you're gonna think about a little bit of a wider stance. So make sure that your feet are a little bit wider than hips width distance so that this can wrap around into your inner thighs for me. So as you come down, then we lift and squeeze to the top. You're squeezing your butt as tight as you can. That center booty, your quads are gonna get warm here, but what I want you to think about in this 3 count down is not rushing to get there. Take your time as slow as you can to go down, and then you lift and squeeze. 3, 2, 1, then we stand. I'd like to see a 3 count, friends. Yes, 3, 2, 1, lift and squeeze. Everyone meets me at the bottom of the range in 3 and 2. Now freeze at the bottom and hold for me. Take a big inhale, press those knees back an inch, and breathe for 8 seconds. You go into pulses next. You do not stand. Fight for this. Fight to stay down there. In 3 seconds, you're gonna pulse. In 2 seconds, here we go. Down an inch and up an inch. The only way you're pulsing is a squeeze and release in your glutes. That band's gonna kill you. Squeeze and release, especially with those Balas on. Squeeze and release. What I want you to think about here is you're fighting. I need you to hold in 3. I need you to hold in 2. I need you to give me a 5-second hold before you go into your single count. You can do this. Take a big inhale. Shift weight into your heels. Single count in 3 and 2 and 1. Oh, it felt good to stand. Lower down, lift and squeeze. Lower down, lift and squeeze. Fire up those body weight squats by breathing through it and knowing that you have it. We're gonna reverse that drop. So you're gonna come down on 1, but I need 3 counts to get back up. In 3, meet me at the bottom of your range. In 2, everyone find the bottom of their range and hold for me, meet me there, perfect. I need 3 counts to get up. 3, 2, 1, then you drop your booty back down. So it's 3, 2, 1, drop that booty back down. Now, if you have a band on, you have to press into it. Keep those knees pressing apart. Your outer thighs, your thighs are on fire too, really just lengthening them out. In 10 seconds, I need you to hold for me at the bottom. I know you can do it. We'll finish this nice and strong. In 3, bottom of your range. In 2, everyone come down and hold for me. Just freeze. Sink deep in this squat. I'm fine if it's deeper than you're normally in. Even if your elbows press into those knees, I just want you to hold for 10 seconds here for me. Chest is proud. 9 and 8, we stand. In 7, in 6, keep band on. 5 and 4, 3 and 2, everybody stands all the way up. Take a big inhale. On that exhale, release everything out. Give your legs a little bit of a punch here. We've got a couple more changes. Now I want you to take that half squat for me. Palms can come together. If you have a band, it stays above those knees for me. From here, you're gonna step to that right side. You're gonna squat. You step back in for your squat. We did these yesterday. Step out into that squat, step in into that squat. Right side, back to center. So it's more of a narrow squat. You step out to that right side. I know your thighs and your glutes are really warm right here. Center to that right side. You're gonna add that left side, and we're gonna just head to that left side. If you've been alternating, it's fine, you'll stay in it. Now you're gonna step to that left side for a squat, back to center for a squat. Left side for a squat, back to center for a squat. Yes, for 10 seconds, that's all I need. 9, you'll be out of it in 8. In 7, good. 6 and 5, keep squatting. 4, don't cheat yourself. 3 and 2, you stand on 1. Bring that band around your ankles for big inhale. If it's a heavy one, give me a light one because we're headed into planks, friends. We're coming down to that mat for the rest. So come to the back of your mat. Dive those hands all the way down. Hang there nice and heavy. You're going to walk yourself out into that high plank. From here, we step that right foot out and in. Just right foot out and in. 8 more times. Out and in. You can do this. 7 and in. 6 more. It's out and in. You've got 5, tap it in. Last 4 and in. Keep holding on to this right here. Final 2 and in. Last 1, switching left side. Tap in and out. Good. Out and in. You've got 8 and in. You can do this. 7, tap that foot in. 6, if you need to come to your forearms, you can, but we have 1 more change with those hands nice and long. 4 and in. You've got 3 and in. Here's where that fun happens in 2. Nice job right here. It's out, out, in, control it. Out and out, tap it in and in. Yes, you can. Out and out, tap it in and in. 10 seconds, you're gonna ditch that band if you have it on. You're dropping to your knees. We've got a set of push-ups coming your way. It's fine if that band stays on for your push-ups. I just want you to know it comes off after this. In 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, drop your knees. Hand release push-up, lift your hands up, press back to the top of that mat. If you want to do these on your toes, you can, but I need you to rep them out. All the way down, hand release push-ups, 15 more seconds. You find a child's pose after this, so breathe for me here. You've got it. 10, 9, hand release push-up, press it up in 8 and 7. Yes, you can. 6 and 5. Everybody 2 more push-ups, then that child's pose. In 3, in 2, finish that last push-up, press back, find your child's pose. Take those knees, open those knees up. Take your big inhale, sink your seat back towards those heels. Actively reach to the front of that mat, relaxing those shoulders. Everyone's going to move their computers down a little bit so I can see you. And you're going to get those props and move them to the side for me. I want you to bring one of your weights down or both your weights down because we're going to hit your triceps one more time. But I want you to meet me on your back. Take a sip of water if you need it. I know we've been moving those little leggies. From here, you have no props except if you have your Balas still on. Take a big inhale here for me. On that exhale, feel that lower back pressing into the mat. We'll lift those legs up to tabletop. Hands pressed down. I want you to tap right toe, tap that left toe. If you have the flexibility, you're going to tap both toes together. If you don't, you're going to keep alternating for me. What I need you to think about here is inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. So you're either giving me 2 singles and a full range of both, or you're just going to keep alternating for 10 more seconds. 9 and 8. Use your breath to help you through this. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift for 5, 4, 3, and 2. Meet me at the top of your range. Hands come behind your head. You lift up to your crunch, lower down. Lift up to your crunch, lower down. Exhale, lift and squeeze, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and squeeze, inhale, lower. We're gonna put it together. You're gonna give me a crunch. You're gonna tap right toe and lift it, tap left toe and lift it, lower head, neck, and shoulders and lift. You know this movement. It's one big crunch with an isometric hold at the top, and then you're gonna tap right toe and left toe. You come back up and everything lowers down. Take your time here in these 2 movements for me, yes. Really nice. Lower back looks great for it. Everyone's breathing. Nice, Kathleen. Elbows are wide right here. In 5 seconds, you're going to you're lowering head down and keeping knees up in 3. Into lower head, neck, and shoulders. Now take your feet and flex those feet. Flex, flex, flex. You're going to bring your elbows up, tap your knees, and then you're going to lower everything down. Keep your heels flexed. Lift and tap those knees, lower with control. Lift and tap with your elbows to your knees, lower with control. So everything lifts, everything lowers. Exhale and inhale. Use your breath for 10 and 9. We stay at that tight little circle and we find those pulses in 5, 4, good, 3, and 2. Last full range, come all the way in, just tap knees to elbows, elbows to knees for 10, 9, good, 8, 7, you rest in 6, tiny break in 5, get up to those knees, get up to those knees, 3, 2, 1, rest, knees come into your chest, knees come into your chest, take that breath, big inhale here. Find the nice little rock from side to side. Perfect. Knees come back to tabletop, hands behind your head, lift up, find slow bicycles. Twist right elbow past left knee, twist left elbow past that right knee. Fight through these abs. They're quick today. We're going to be back in those arms and those legs. So what I need you to think about in this core work is, can you breathe and lift a little bit higher? Can you twist through that core? Can you extend through that toe? 8 seconds here, 7 and 6. Yes, you can. You have a hold, right elbow to left knee in 3. Hold for 5 seconds in 2. Right elbow, left knee, hold, extend. You can do this. Extend, extend, extend. So right leg is extended. Left knee is pulled in for 3. For 2, switch and hold, 5, yes you can, 4, oh get there, 3, and 2, final 10 seconds of switches, switch, 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 and switch, final 8 and 7, second rest in 6, speed it up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you rest, beautiful, take the big inhale, you've got one more change, and then we're out of those abs for a little bit, bring these into your chest if they're not already there. Extend those legs towards the ceiling. Here's where you can see how tight I am, because they just don't straighten anymore. Take a big inhale. If you need hands behind your head, you can. If not, you're going to reach up, tap ankles, down an inch, up an inch, down an inch, up an inch. I need you reaching towards those ankles, getting up there to tap them. If you prefer a flex foot, you can always flex your foot and reach for those toes. We've got this, friends. 10 and 9. Yes, you can. 8 and 7, final 6. You have one change left in your abs. It's a minute hold in your forearm plank. So you're bringing knees into your chest in 3, in 2. Bring your knees into your chest, cross your ankles, rock yourself up. I need you in your forearm plank. You start that 1 minute in 3, in 2, in 1. Everyone find it and you get started. Now spread fingertips out nice and wide. Press your forearms into that mat. I need you to breathe through this. You're going to zip those inner thighs up as if you were squeezing a block or a ball, just pulling those inner thighs, wrapping them together. Now your belly button pulls up towards your spine and you're going to give yourself a slight tuck of your tailbone to really engage those glutes. Now every time you inhale, think about on the exhale, releasing shoulders and contracting that stomach. You're looking right to the edge of your mat. You're more than halfway there, less than 30 seconds to go. You're going to fly through this. Take the big inhale here for me, and that exhale, you're coming onto your belly. We have 3 changes in that upper back coming your way, less than 15 seconds. So everyone is breathing. Don't even think about dropping. You have this. 8, 7, you're gonna come onto your belly in 6 and 5, final 4 and 3, last 2, drop all the way down onto those stomachs for me. All the way down here. What I want you to think about as you're on that stomach is your hands are going to come to that goalpost position to start. Your legs are pointing towards each side of your mat. From here, I want you to go ahead and take the inhale. On the exhale, you're going to lift up, finding length, squeezing shoulder blades. Then we just lower back down. Exhale, lift up, squeezing shoulder blades, finding length. And then you lower down. 3 to go. Squeeze your tailbone, tuck your butt under, legs do not lift. Lower down with control. Make sure you squeeze shoulder blades, pull elbows back. You hold at the top for those 2 seconds. One more right here. Hold at the top for you. Start squeezing elbows back an inch. Squeeze elbows back an inch. Yes. Keep looking forward. Do not worry about knee. Point through your toes. Squeeze your butt. You have 6 here. 5. Just keep squeezing. 4. 3, we rest in 2, lower down on 1. Take a big inhale here for me. You're gonna lift all the way up. You're gonna squeeze 3, squeeze 2. On 1, you lower back down. I need you to tuck your tailbone, squeeze your butt so this does not go into your lower back. You're just comboing those movements. So you have 1 full range, 3 pulses at the top. 1 full range,
3 pulses at the top. Can you give me one more of these before you bring your hands down and press yourself up for your push-ups? Last 3 pulses, hands come back down. You'll walk them towards your rib cage. You're gonna press yourself up into your modified plank. I need 6 push-ups from everyone right here. Press up, 6 push-ups, 6 push-ups, 6. And we lower. Yes, those look awesome for it. 5 more. Make sure that once you hit those 6, you just hang there in that plank for me and you wait till everyone to finish. Hold on to it. You're there. If you want to give me 8, you give me 8. Everyone, 5 seconds left. 4, final 3, child's pose, and 2, child's pose right here. Press back. Open knees up and rest. Beautiful. Arms should be starting to get tired here. Everyone's going to meet me in that nice tabletop position. You're coming down to the end of it all. From here, find your tabletop. Any wrist issues, you're just going to hover and shoot your butt to the back of the room. If not, I want you in an all-4 position. Give me 1 cat-cow right here. It is 3 changes each side. Bring yourself into your neutral spine. Weight comes into your right hand. You're going to just lift up and hold for me. It's only 3 changes. Think 45 seconds right here, so you can do this. You're holding for me. You're squeezing your tricep. Now pulse up an inch and down an inch. Squeeze up an inch and then down an inch. I need you to think about shoulders staying out of your ear. Because this is so quick, I need you to squeeze that tricep with everything that you have. Every time it lifts, you squeeze. Every time you lift, it squeezes. Now hold at the top, give me that little bend and extend. Bend and extend, squeeze. Squeeze that tricep with everything that you have. Bend and extend, squeeze. Yes, you can. Bend and extend, squeeze. You have 8 here. Good. 7. And then we just put those 2 changes together. A pulse up and a pulse back. In 4. In 3, put it together. In 2, you lift up an inch, you bend and press. Lift up an inch, bend, press. Yes, you can. Lift up an inch, bend, press. Lift up 1 inch, then bend and press. 12 seconds right here. You drop that weight. You hit a high plank for me. In 10, in 9, good, 8 and 7, hold on to it, 6 and 5, you're right there, 4 and 3, final 2, hand comes down, walk those feet back, hold your high plank. Hold. Shoulders should be tired here. Just freeze it. It's less than 30 seconds. You have it. 20 seconds to go. Spread fingertips out. Watch those elbows. They're going to want to overly lock out here. Soften them just a hint. Everyone's legs better be together. Squeezing. Kathleen, that looks great. Hold on to it. You're dropping knees back into your all 4. We hit that left side in 5 and 4. Final 3 and 2 on 1. Bring those knees down. Give me 1 cat-cow just to find that neutral spine. Weight comes into that left hand, we lift up, hold. You can always find a fist or roll that mat, but I want you to freeze. I want you to lift that hand above your hip. I want you to think about on the inhale, pull belly in. On your exhale, extend arm 1 inch further, like you're reaching someone's fingertips. Now lift up 1 inch and down 1 inch. Up 1 inch and down 1 inch. Yes, you can. Up 1 inch and down 1 inch. The only reason that arm is moving is we're contracting that tricep as much as you can. Contract and release. Contract and release. In 5 seconds, I need that bend and press. In 4, yes, you can. In 3, we bend and press. In 2, we bend and press right here. Bend, extend, squeeze. Bend, extend, squeeze. If you're making this deliberate, there is no way you can't be fatigued at the end of this quick minute. Bend and press. Bend and press. We combo the 2 together in 5, in 4, bend and press and add that lift back in 3, in 2. So we lift up an inch, bend, press, lift up an inch, bend, press. It's that plank in between that gets those shoulders. Lift it up, then bend and press. Lift it up, then bend and press. You have this here for 10, 9, 8, you drop that weight, you find that plank for me. In 7, don't cheat yourself, just keep on fighting. Less than 5 minutes of work left. In 4, in 3, you drop that weight for me. In 2, right back down, you step right foot back, left foot back. Bend and extend those arms as if you were headed into that tricep push-up, but you're not. It's a 1 inch bend and press, 1 inch bend and press. Are your rib cages expanding? Can you bring everything in tighter? I need you to hang in there for 15 more seconds. Bend and press, bend, press. Oh, those pretty arms that you're gonna have out because it's 100 freaking degrees in Doha. You've got 10 and 9. Yes, you can. Child poses around these rooms. And 8 and 7. Yes, you can. 6 and 5 right there for 4 and 3. Final 2, and you rest for me all the way down. Woo, we're getting it all in today. 3 minutes to go. I'm going to bring you onto your back. We're going to go into some bridge work. We're going to finish it up nice and strong. I'd love your bands back with you, Court, if you can. Don't worry if you don't have bands. We'll get you nice and warm. Big inhale and exhale. Bring those weights next to you just in case you want to add them in with that bridge. But what I want you to think about here is your center booty that we fired up in the beginning of class. Now let's just bring it all back home. Feet are going to be flat. I want everyone to heel toe those feet open. Your heels are going to be on the mat, your toes are going to be off. If you have a band on, you're likely going to be a little bit closer in. Now you should be able to tap your heels right here. Set yourself up for success. Take a big inhale, tuck your tailbone, lift up to the top. If you can hover those toes, it'll go a little more into those hammies. If you lower feet down, it'll stay into that center booty. From here, I want you to drop just a couple inches, lift and squeeze. Drop just a couple inches, lift and squeeze. Now think about that tuck under here as opposed to just that release. Tuck and lower, good. Tuck and then lower. I ran out of time yesterday to finish the series. I was like, everyone keep pulsing. We're not gonna miss it today though. Tuck and squeeze, good, tuck and squeeze. Now hold at the top for me. Just that right side, I want you to press that knee out an inch and in an inch. It's really tiny, so you're staying tucked and you're just pressing that right knee out an inch. Yes, 10 and 9, you press out and then in, press it out and that in. Keep heels driving down, we switch sides in 4, in 3, good, in 2, on 1, switch over to that left foot, out an inch, in an inch, out an inch, and by out an inch, I just mean that knee. 5 seconds to go, 4 seconds, you've got it. 3 and 2 on 1, heel toe those feet in so you're just into that nice neutral position. Feet are right underneath of those knees. Now I want you to lift, press your hands into that mat. You're going to lift right foot up to tabletop, set it down, left foot up to tabletop and set it down. Right foot up to that tabletop, left foot up to that tabletop. Yes, you can. Keep your butt. Where's your butt? Where's your butt? Get your butt up there. Get your butt up there. Yes. We hold both feet down in 5, in 4, hold on to this. 3, yes, you can. 2, set your feet back down. I want you to lift both heels and lower your heels. You're going to lift both heels and you're going to lower your heels. All you have left is a hold in this. Couple pulses. Yes, nice height, Kathleen. Think about that tuck in your tailbone. We're used to finishing in that nice plank position, but today we're finishing in this bridge. Now everybody lower their heels for me. You're going to give me 6 tucks of that tailbone up. You're going to keep those knees pressing apart because in 5 seconds you're holding for me. In 4 seconds you're holding. 3 and 2. Now if your weights are near you and you want to grab them, you're going to reach them up towards that ceiling. You're just holding into an isometric hold. It's about 40 seconds and then you're going to be out of here. But today I nicely get to say goodbye to you and how much I enjoy you. That was a hard class. We moved really, really quick for those 37 minutes. So you should be warm. I need you to stretch for me. Can you tuck your tailbone under, bring that weight into your heels right here. It's about 20 seconds. Big inhale. Yes, you can. Big exhale. Hold on to it. Use your breath. Pull belly button in. Lower abs are working. You're going to come into that nice knee to chest position and you're going to give yourself a good stretch in 10, in 9, final 8 and 7. You're there in 6 and 5. You rest in 4, 3,